Stan Gibilisco here to present another topic that you'll find in my book, Teach Yourself, Electricity and Electronics, edition number 5. A link to the Amazon page for this book will be found in the description of this video. But what I'd like to talk about right now is the electromagnetic spectrum and the portion thereof that the radio spectrum forms. Now, these are both logarithmic scales. This is the entire electromagnetic spectrum within reason over here on the left, and this is the radio spectrum over here on the right, the blown up part of this electromagnetic spectrum graph. Note that the graduations go by powers of 10, 1 million meters, all the way down to 1 trillionth or a million millionth of a meter. This is, for all intents and purposes, the entire electromagnetic spectrum, although in theory, wavelengths can get longer and longer and longer without limit. Miles, millions of miles, trillions of miles, light years, and they can get as short as you care to imagine. A googolth of a meter, for example. But these are essentially what you will find in the electromagnetic spectrum. 60 Hertz AC here, shortwave radio here, microwave radio, visible light, X-rays, ultraviolet for some reason not shown is right around in here. Infrared is just a little longer than visible light. And gamma rays are those deadly rays that we so feared during the Cold War because they have such penetrating and destructive power, such biodestructive power. That's what promoted us to build fallout shelters. My ham radio station occupied the fallout shelter in our house for some years in the 1960s and 70s. This is the radio spectrum as it looks on the entire electromagnetic spectrum graph in logarithmic terms. If you blow that up, you get very low frequencies, AM broadcast, shortwave, FM broadcast, ultra-high frequencies, microwaves, and all the way up until you approach the far infrared, near infrared, visible, ultraviolet, and all of that. So that's how these spectra look in comparison to one another. Actually, our radio spectrum is only a small sliver of the entire electromagnetic spectrum, as seen over here. It's just sort of exaggerated by the logarithmic nature of the scales. But our radio waves are all electromagnetic waves, just as are the noise that comes out of utility AC and has had some debate lately about health effects. Shortwave, microwave radio, visible light is an electromagnetic wave, as are X-rays, gamma rays. The whole gamut is electromagnetic in nature, an electromagnetic field. To discuss what that is an entirely different subject matter, which you will also find, however, in this book, Teach Yourself Electricity and Electronics, edition number 5. Stan Gibilisco signing off. Until next time, so long.